Welcome back to the Truth Factory. I have breaking news. If you don't already know, James T. Hodgkinson, a 66-year-old former Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer, had opened fire on Republicans practicing for a charity baseball game. Now, James was a hardcore Bernie bro with a number of posts on social media stating his feelings about Republicans, calling them stupid, calling for destroying Trump and company, and had written a lot of letters to the editor of his local paper full of his political radicalism. Now, of course, Bernie Sanders was quick to say on the Senate floor that he was sickened and that he does not condone violence. Now, Republican Congressman Steve Scalise, an aide, and 2 law enforcement officers were wounded. Hodgkinson was killed by U.S. Capitol Police during the morning shootout at the Virginia baseball field. First, I want to say that James T. Hodgkinson clearly struggled from anger issues. That was proved by not only this shooting, but also his criminal record, where at one point he had punched his daughter's friend in the face and had pulled his daughter up by the hair and threw her on the floor. He'd fired off a gun, and when his daughter and her friend tried to leave or drive away, James had opened up the door and pulled out a knife and cut his daughter's seatbelt. You know, just dad stuff. Now, a lot of people on the left are probably going to try to use this to push a gun control agenda. Now, let me be very clear. This man should never have had a gun. He has a violent criminal record, and that should be vetted. Criminals, or people who have been charged with abuse, should not be allowed to have guns. That being said, if there was not security on the scene with guns, that man would have killed people. That was his intent. He did not show up to that field to play baseball with his gun. No, he was there to murder people whose political beliefs did not match his own. James is now dead, and the lawmaker Steve Scalise was critically injured, but is now stable. Here's what Trump had to say.
We may have our differences, but we do well in times like these to remember that everyone who serves in our nation's capital is here because, above all, they love our country.
Now, this is where most people end the story, but I don't think this is quite where it ends. You see, Scalise was active in researching and shutting down child trafficking rings.
One of America's greatest values is our strong belief in the inherent worth of every human life. Human trafficking is a direct assault on this core value, and it affects millions of victims throughout the world. While many of us would like to believe that this issue isn't something that affects us, the sad truth is that human trafficking is a real problem plaguing each and every community here in the United States. Enough is enough. This week, the House took strong actions to stand up for the victims of human trafficking, passing tough bills to provide them protection and to target child predators. Let's work together to get these bills signed into law.
Are you connecting the dots here? This is not the first time that someone has been a target for these investigations. Do we all remember Monica Peterson? Monica had been very critical of the Clinton Foundation. She even shared a highly detailed article highlighting Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation's despicable dealings in Haiti. She was actively investigating child trafficking in Haiti when she was killed mysteriously. Her family and friends still don't know what happened. Now, it's not hard to find a man with a criminal background who's a loose cannon with a clear hate for Republicans. I mean, just look at Kathy Griffin. I mean, they already have the motivation. You just have to give them a gun and tell them where to shoot. Now, if you're still having a hard time believing that this could be Hillary Clinton or Pizzagate related, Steny Hoyer, who's a part of the opposing Democratic whip in D.C., sent pizza to Steve's office.
What? What the fuck?
Who the fuck sends pizza when someone has been critically wounded? Maybe some flowers and a get well card to the hospital. But these pizzas were delivered to his office to the people he works with. Now, you can say that this was a kind gesture, but we all know that pizza has a major double meaning in the world of child trafficking. The pizza could have been sent as a condolence thing for sure. And I don't want this to be taken as a huge break in the Pizzagate thing, because I just don't think it is until there's more evidence about this. But I think it's something to keep on the radar. Because the thing is that the Democratic aligned pedophile thing goes so much deeper than everyone realizes. It's not just the Podesta brothers, James Alefantis, Anthony Weiner, Terrence Bean, Jeffrey Epstein, Jacob Schwartz. Oh my God, that's a lot of pedophiles. I think it's half the Democratic Party. And if someone in government can prove it, it would take the government down hard. It would be the biggest scandal in the U.S. government in its entire history. It would make Watergate look like child's play. Oh my God, that wasn't meant to be a pun. Anyway, I want to hear what Steve has to say when he has recovered. He is stable now, and if he mysteriously dies at the hospital, then we will know that it is another Seth Rich type of assassination. Okay, have a great night. Meow.